to today's class. This is Ramakant Bananda, District English, Kendriya Vidyalaya Barkoi. Dear students, in today's class, I am going to teach you about the writing section. This is the first video that I am going to upload for you about the writing section. In today's class, I will teach you about how to write a letter to place an order. My dear students, today I will teach you about the types of letters, different types of formal letters, format of the formal letters, and especially we will be focusing more on the letter to place an order. So today we are going to have an exciting session. Don't forget to watch the video till end. So dear students, let us begin our today's class. So first of all, we will discuss about what are the different types of letters that are being usually written. As far as the letter writing practice is concerned, it has been classified into two different categories as informal letters and formal letters. First of all, we will try to know what is an informal letter. The informal letter may be defined as a letter which is written to friends, family, and relatives for some private communication or exchange of feelings and emotions is called an informal letter. Whenever you are writing a letter to your family members, you are writing a letter to your friends to invite them to your birthday or to attend in family functions, or you are writing a letter to the relatives giving informations about some celebrations that is going to be conducted in your house. So in all these cases, we usually use the informal letters. Now let us come to know what a formal letter is. A formal letter may be defined as a letter which is written for exchange of views, ideas, information, and presentation of report in offices or a format set of business is called a formal letter. So my dear children, I think you have understood, because the particular definition that I have given here is enough for you to understand it. But still, I would like to elaborate it. I would like to describe it to you. Whenever you are writing a letter of leave to your principal, you are writing a letter to the district collector, you are writing a letter to the education minister, or you are writing a letter to any of the officer bearing a particular office, then we use this particular format of the letter. It means we use the formal letters for official correspondence or for official communication. I hope it's now clear to you. So now let us discuss about what are the different types of formal letters that are in practice. As far as the classification of this one is concerned, there is no fixed classification of the formal letters, but for our convenience, we can classify it into four different categories. I have classified the formal letters into four categories. The first one is letter of complaints, letter of enquiry, letters to place an order, and letters to editor. I would simply just tell you what these letters are actually and in which context these letters are being used. Letter of complaints. Whenever you want to complain about certain thing, then we use the complaint format. Whenever we want to know about certain things or inquire about a new thing, then in that particular context, we use the letter of enquiry. When we are going to buy or procure something from the market or going to place an order for certain things, in that context, we go with the letter to place an order. And finally, whenever we want our articles and any news materials to be published, or we want our concerns about the society or about a particular issue to be published in the newspaper or journal, in that context we write the letter to the editor. I hope now you would be able to categorize it, and accordingly the next time you are going to write an official letter, you can accordingly adapt the format. Now I shall give you a very short format. What is the format that is actually being followed when it comes to the formal set of letters? It's very simple. You might have seen this one. Your teachers must have taught you in class 9th even. If you have forgotten all those things, it doesn't matter. You just kindly focus in today's video. Okay? And you just look at the format that I have provided within the red box here. Okay? I have provided the format here. The first thing that comes in our formal letter is sender's address. Now you have to know that who is the sender. If you are writing the letter, then you yourself is your sender. So you don't have to mention your name in the sender's address. That is the address of the sender. The person who is going to write the letter, his address should be mentioned in the sender's address. That will be followed by the date. Now here, as far as the date format is concerned, we usually write the date in this particular format that I have written here, like 9th May, 2020. Or you may also write May 9, 2020. But the most common practice among the Indian people are 9/5/2020. But my dear students, for your informations, let me tell you that the format that we usually use in our day-to-day life, 9/5/2020, is not an appropriate format for writing the date in a formal set of letter. Now comes the receiver address. Who is the receiver? The one to whom you are writing the letter. He is the receiver. The person who is going to receive the letter, or the person to whom you are addressing the letter, he is the receiver of the letter. So his address has to be mentioned there. I hope it's clear to you now. Then that is followed by the subject. Subject should be as brief as possible. If possible, you may keep it in a particular sentence. It should be restricted to a sentence or a phrase instead of making it too lengthy. Most of the times, what the children do is a very common mistake that I have observed while evaluating the papers of the children, that usually children just copy the sentence and they write it. This is a very bad practice. Please avoid this particular practice and learn to write the subject. I'll be coming with a new video where I will be mostly focusing on how to find out subject, how to bring out a catchy subject, and also I will tell you how to develop the body of the particular letter. I'll be uploading a separate video for that. But in today's video, simply I just want to tell you that the subject should be a one-line sentence. It should not be too lengthy. It should be as brief as possible. Next comes our salutation. In salutation part, when we are writing a formal letter, we have to be very, very formal in our approach. I mean, if possible, write respected sir or madam. This is the most humble way to address the receiver. This is the most formal way to address the receiver. So, as we are not writing an informal letter, but nowadays we have a new trend in practice. In today's world, we find a new trend where most of the formal set of letters also use dear sir, dear madam. You may go with that. Okay, if it sounds good, you may go with that. But the most humble way to write a formal letter, the most humble way of salutation is the respected sir or madam. Or you may simply keep it sir or madam also. Now comes the body of the letter. Again, the body of the letter should be written very precisely. You don't have to write a long narrative there. It should not be too lengthy for the receiver to read it. Try to keep your points in a very precise manner so that as soon as he reads the very first paragraph of your body, he would be getting the idea that why this particular letter has been written to him. So this would give him an overview of the letter. In the second paragraph, you may come with the details of what you want really. And in third paragraph, you may conclude with some thanksgiving phrases like thanking you in anticipation or thanking you very much. And finally comes the closing or the subscription. In subscription also, now as we move into the video, there I have provided certain good subscription that may be used. I'll be providing you what should be the first line of the body, what should be the middle line of the body, what should be the concluding line of the body, as well as I'll be providing you a bit idea about the subscription that might be used by the students while writing a letter. So now let us move into that. When you are going to write the body of the letter, as I told you, the body of the letter may be divided into three different parts. What would be the three different parts and what is their purpose and what's the purpose of dividing the body into three paragraphs? It has a purpose, very scientific purpose I have defined here. So please look at this one and pay attention to it. The first paragraph should contain the introductory paragraph. In this part, the purpose of writing the letter may be introduced. Why you are writing that particular letter may be introduced in a very formal and very gentle approach. A short description of the buyer may be included. If you are placing order for the first time, suppose as we are going to, I'm today in specific, I'm teaching you about letter to place an order. So what happens, we do not buy from the same farm all the time. We do not buy from the same shop all the time. So suppose you are going to buy certain materials from a particular shop, and for the first time you are going to place an order. You need to introduce yourself there. Who are you? And he should feel that you are a valued customer. You are a respected customer. Then only he would entertain your order and may send you through BPP, or he would arrange some courier to get your materials delivered to you. So that's why the very first paragraph, the introductory paragraph, must have a short description or short introduction about the buyer. The second paragraph, what should be written in the second paragraph of the body? The second paragraph of the body in a letter to place an order must contain the details of the order. Whatever you want to purchase or procure from his particular shop or from that particular firm has to be clearly mentioned. Preferably make a table and there you mention that which particular item is required for you. And also, if possible, you mention the name of the publication or name of the company of whose product you are in demand. You can also give a remark column where you can mention that how many such material is being required for you. What is your demand? That numbers of the material may be provided there. And finally, you will come to the conclusion part. What has to be written in the conclusion part? In this particular section, request for timely and safe delivery of the order. This is very essential, my dear children, as you know that you are going to write a letter to the manager, or you are going to write a letter to the sales officer of a particular organization or particular company. He or she should feel that you are a respectable person, and if they send it through BPP or through courier, you are not going to neglect in the payment. So to make sure this one, your approach should be very, very gentle and very, very formal. Okay? So be very careful while selecting the words when you are going to write a letter to place an order. Okay, now you may also provide information regarding payment of the order. You can also provide means whether you are going to pay them in advance before they dispatch the material, or you are going to pay them after the materials are delivered to you. So this has to be clearly mentioned in the letter, so there would be no vacuum, so that there would be no confusion in the mind of the reader, in the mind of the receiver also, and he would get a clear cut idea that you want that particular materials, and as soon as you receive the materials or the materials are delivered to you, their payment will be made. So this has to be clearly mentioned in this particular letter. Now, my dear students, for you to understand, I have tried to provide you a sample letter. A snapshot has been provided here. It may not be visible to you clearly, but don't worry. I'll provide this particular document in the form of PPT in the description box. If you want to prepare notes for this, if you want these important points to be noted, if you feel it worthy, then you must go to the description box where I will be providing you certain links. Please go to the link, download this particular one and prepare notes for your examination. This has been developed keeping the examination in mind, my children, because we are your teachers, we are very professional teachers. We know is on what basis the evaluators usually credit you marks. So accordingly, this particular video has been very scientifically developed. Okay, it's not an ordinary video like the other YouTube videos that you have. Okay, so please be very careful. Take note of each and everything that I am going to mention in the video. So let us see in this particular sample letter that I have provided here. You can see Eureka House, Gandhi Road, Noida, 223344. What do you mean by this? Whose address do you think this one is? As I told you in the beginning, in the format, while discussing with you the format of the formal letter, I told you that in the beginning of a formal letter we mention the sender's address, means this is the address of the sender. Who is the sender here? The sender's name can be found at the bottom. The sender's name is not mentioned at the top. The sender's address will be mentioned at the top, but his name will be mentioned at the subscription part. Okay, if you try to find out who has written this particular letter, this letter has been written by Mohan Bhagwat, come to the bottom, assistant engineer. Okay, and his address is Eureka House, Gandhi Road, Noida, 223344. Next comes the date. Again, you come to the date format. You can find it here very clearly mentioned, 2 March 2019, 20, 21, whatever so. Okay, next comes the sales manager. The sales manager 3/C Woodcutters, Janakpuri, Delhi, 112233, means this is the address of the receiver. Who is the receiver here? This letter has been addressed to the sales manager of Woodcutters Company. Woodcutters Company. Now let us see for what this letter has been written. Why this assistant engineer Mohan Bhagwat has written this letter? That one can be found out easily from the subject part. Placing order for furniture. Okay, it means that he wants some furniture, and that is why he is writing this letter to place an order. Let us see how Mr. Mohan Bhagwat has written this one. As I told you that the body should have 3 different parts. In the first part, it should be introductory one. Second part should be the details of the order, and the third part, payment details and other things may be mentioned there. Let us come to here. Dear madam, salutation is very formal. Dear madam, as I told you, if you feel good to write dear madam, if you feel good to write respected madam, you may go with that also. Both are quite good. This is a follow-up of our previous communication. Thank you for your timely response and concern. We would like to place an immediate order for the following sets of furniture. Okay, so here this particular writer has mentioned about their previous communication. This is very important. In case you have bought something before placing this particular order from the same firm, do not forget to mention the same. Don't forget to mention yourself as a valued customer of that particular firm. What's the benefit of doing so? This would ensure the firm the good delivery, the safest delivery of your material. They would not be in darkness, they will not be in confusion regarding the payment. Because many times what happens, suppose you are writing a letter and you are placing an order for about 1 lakh rupees. Okay, your order exceeds rupees 1 lakh. In that case, the firm will rethink, and many a times they might decline your request also. They might decline your request because they do not know you. Who are you? You may not make the payment in time also, so they may put themselves in trouble. That's why it is very much essential to introduce yourself in the first paragraph. So here Mr. Mohan Bhagwat has introduced himself or introduced his firm, that they have been in contact with this particular company, woodcutters company, and previously they had some communications. And accordingly, now he comes to the second paragraph. In the second paragraph, you can see that he has given the details of the order. Okay, in details he has written code number, the name of the article, material, and quantity. As I told you, is name of the article, conference table, of which material it should be, wood. Okay, and how many quantities of conference table are required, 2. Similarly, sofa, what kind of sofa, steel and wood sofa, quantity should be 2. Similarly, they want some chairs, how many chairs are required, 20 chairs, okay, of wood material. So in this way, the details of the order has been provided here. So please do not forget to mention this particular one also. Next comes the concluding part of the video. As per our communication, we are sending a demand draft of rupees 15,000 as an advance payment. The rest of the money will be paid at the time of the delivery. Kindly comply with our agreement statements. We hope to receive the purchase in 3 working days. Here, now, as I told you in the beginning, that in the concluding part, do not forget to mention about the payment. The payment is the most essential thing. Okay, since here there is exchange of goods is there. When there is the matter of monetary transaction, the person who is going to give you some materials, he should be ensured that his payment will not be delayed. That's why, as this will cost a lot, that's why this particular Mohan Bhagwat is sending an advance payment of 15,000 in the form of demand draft, and he also ensures that once the materials are delivered, the rest amount will be paid. Okay, so very good thing. Okay, and one more thing, he also requests the particular firm to send the materials in safe and good conditions. As I had mentioned you in the third paragraph, in the concluding part, I had told you that you have to make a request that we want to receive the materials in safe and good condition. Thanking you. Then you will come to the subscription part. In the subscription part, here they have used yours truly, Mohan Bhagwat, assistant engineer. Okay, I hope there is no more doubt in this particular regard. I think it is clear to you. Now, my dear children, I will just provide you certain good sentences that you might use or you may use while writing or placing an order. Okay, these are some of the good sentences that I have chosen. I have written for you people. Please make use of this. Learn it by heart. Okay, and if possible, you may develop many such sentences of your own also. That would be much better. If you can come out with some good literary skills and you can employ some good words to express your views, that would be much better. Okay, but if you are unable to do so, just stick to the sentences that I have provided here. Simply learn it by heart and go for it. Now let us see how to begin the letter. Means in the first part of the introductory part, what should be written? First sentence I have given you is, this gives me immense pleasure to inform you that I have decided to place order for the following items from your shop. Second, as per the quotation number 123/20 dated dash dash dash, your farm has been selected to supply the following items in good condition. Number 3, I am a customer of your shop for last 10 years. I am happy to shop with you again. I would be pleased if you can send the following items at the earliest possible time. Okay. Fourth, with reference to our previous telephonic conversation, I have decided to place order for the following items with some discounts on it. Okay, so you may go with these sentences or you may make your own ones also. Now come to the middle part of the body. As I had told you, in the middle part of the body, the details of the order should be mentioned very clearly. So let us see. Suppose I have given two different things. Okay, two different things, right? You see, details of the order is as follow: serial number, items particular, means the name of the items and its details, the company of which you want, made, or publication, means of which publication. If you're demanding for books or if you're ordering for books, then publication's name is very much essential. Then finally, number of items required, how many items are required by you. Serial numbers 1, 2 can be given. Then number 1, Beehive, textbook of class 9th English. Okay, NCERT publication, 100 numbers of books are required. Similarly, suppose if you are going to order for some electronic materials, then how to write. That's why I have taken a different one now in the second part. LED TV, 32-inch screen. It should be of Samsung made company. Okay, and number of items equals to 10 numbers. So in this way, you can give a brief details by making a beautiful table in the middle part of the body. Now let us come to the how to close the letter. That is very essential. You have to be very polite and gentle in your approach. Then only your letter will be entertained and your materials will be delivered. Now let us come to the closing sentence. I will be glad to receive the items with some discounts on it. The payment will be made within 2 days of delivery. Number 2, I would be glad to receive the item through BPP. Please send the original bill along with the order. Number 3, we would be delighted to have the best discount to continue business with your farm. The payment will be made after the delivery through check. Number 4, we will be glad to receive the items in good condition. Please ensure timely delivery of the order. The payment will be made digitally after receiving the product. I hope these sentences would be very much useful for you. Make use of these sentences. These are some of the good sentences that can be applied, that can be used. If you do not know how to conclude a letter, then you simply learn these sentences, copy it, make practice of it. Okay, the more you practice, the more you learn. There is no shortcut to learning, my dear children. Okay, as a teacher, I would always suggest you to be a very hard working child. Okay, if you work hard, then definitely there will be a good result waiting for you. So if you can learn these ones, it is much better. If you do not learn, if you are able to make your own sentences, that is far better than this. Okay, so I hope this would open the door for you. Now you have got a new insight. Now you can make your own write-up also. You can come with your own applications also. But don't worry, in the description box, do you know what is the description box? Yeah, there you just go to the video part. On the right side, there you will find a triangular box. Okay, just click there. You will find some links have been provided. I have provided you 2 beautifully written letters by my dear students. One has been written by Tarun Daharia and the other has been written by Tanishka Singh, 2 students of class 10th. They have written 2 beautiful letters that I have provided with you. Okay, please do download it, go through it and see how beautifully they have written the letter. You may appreciate it also. Now let us come to the subscription part. In the subscription part, what should be the proper words to write. Yours faithfully, yours truly, yours partner is business. If you are a businessman, then only you will write yours partner in business. Okay? But if you are simply a customer, simply a buyer who occasionally buys something or procures something from a particular shop, then you should use faithfully or truly. Okay? We hardly use sincerely. Usually if we do not know someone, then we should not use the word sincerely, but still nowadays it is in practice. Most of the people are going with yours sincerely also, so you may go with any of these: yours faithfully, yours truly, yours partner in business, yours sincerely. So with this, we have come to the end of this particular video. Dear students, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you have any query, don't forget to write your comment in the comment box. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.